Hey YouTube. Thanks for subscribing, and if you haven't, please do that. Please like this video. I'm just doing a little update. It is Wednesday today. This video will be up Friday somehow, and yeah, I'm really busy, so it's kind of hard. In fact, I just had enough time. I figured I didn't have to eat while I was making the video. Today I had 5 eggs with salt, just scrambled, and then I had a couple of vitamin D tablets. So I want to talk to you guys about the good, the bad, and the ugly. A lot of carnivores are getting up here and they're talking about how fantastic it is and all that stuff. But I think what's not mentioned for autoimmune people who have thyroid issues, or they have skin manifestation, that kind of thing, I think it's not being discussed about how bad it can get before it gets good. And I'm just gonna rest my arms. I have a very big hair day today, right guys? Because I'm gonna be doing my wash day shortly. And then I'm gonna go write a chapter. And then I'm gonna check on Hubs' bacon. I got the first batch done, cost us $7.75 per pound. It's thick sliced. Took 50 minutes at 220 degrees Celsius this morning. I did time it because he's been getting irritated with having to look and keep checking on the bacon. And I wanted to get a set time for that and just know this temperature at this amount of time gets us this yield. Because he doesn't like his bacon real crisp. He kind of likes it where it's a little saucy for consumption. But I just want to talk about our stomach acid is only trumped by one creature in the world, and that's vultures. So we were meant to have spoiling things. We were meant to have high fish. We were meant to have quite a few things that were on the fermented category, because back in the day, we were running around like cave people. We didn't have any way to store anything, and so we evolved to have things that were just shy of being carrion. Anyway, just want to let you guys know that little tidbit. So anyhow, my gums are bleeding. My psoriasis is hugely flared. You can see a little bit of it right there, kind of in my eyebrow area, and then a little bit on my face around my mouth. And I'm pretty deep into not having anything, right? I am strictly animal kingdom. I haven't had one sheep, haven't had any plants. I do consume alcohol, plain burning. So, you know, tequila or vodka, but usually tequila, because that's the one that's just easiest, because I'm a lazy thing. And I just want to have a cup full of ice and then put the tequila in there. I don't even want to mix. So I haven't really been partaking in pop either. The diet pop, I've been more having like mineral water that's flavored and things like that with no carbs and nothing else. And it has gotten quite bad. I even showed up with a patch of psoriasis on my big toe. So why continue? Well, one, I believe in the science. I know the science. I also know that I'm going through a big flare. Anybody that's done any research on psoriasis and eczema and some of those other skin-related autoimmune conditions is aware that there's a big gut tether. So something's happening in my body where it views whatever I'm consuming as a problem. One, that's why it began to begin with, okay? Two is, right now I think that I'm detoxing from whatever cheats I did in the past. Like, you're gonna pay the price. The check's gonna come due, guys. The check's gonna come due. So what happened there is I was doing enough cheating that my body was starting to gather its toxicity, and the toxicity level was going up inside my body. And then when I got sick of either how I was feeling, the skin problems, I decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna go cold turkey and just have animal kingdom. Well, a couple things have happened here. One is that I thought for sure that I would lose weight by this time. I have not. If anything, I'm just kind of sticking around maintaining my weight, which is really interesting because I'm not overeating at all at this stage. Right, the satiety signals are in play. Everything is working out perfectly with that. So for instance, you know, I'll have a couple cups of coffee in the morning with maybe 4 tablespoons of cream overall. I'll have 5 eggs, no cheese, just salt. And then later on this evening, we'll be going out with our friends and I'll be having probably a pound of ribeye. Now, the ribeye down here does not compare with the ribeye in the States. It's not as heavily marbled, if at all. It's very lean. When I put my ribeye that I eat down here into my carb tracker, because I like to keep things organized, I always have to choose the lean option because it's basically mainly protein, very little fat. I mean, I'm thinking 85 to 15. It is absolutely lean. Whereas compared to the marbled stuff I get on clearance and stuff at QFC and Walmart and some places like that, QFC has a buy one, get one free. And I always do the computation on that. I'm always adding that up, the 2 packages together, the total weight, and then I divide that in half, and am I willing to pay that price? That's the one I like. And generally at QFC I can get it for less than $11 per pound after the promotion. Walmart used to have a great promotion where I could get steaks for $10 a pound. They always had it on rollback. It isn't anymore. That's been about a year now. But I go in there and I get the clearance, the manager's clearance special and stuff. So here, the steak is just not as appealing. I do have some to finish, and I will, but then after that, I'm going to just stick with ground beef, which makes me mad. But this place we go at least once a month, and it costs us about $65 to eat there, the 2 of us, which is very reasonable for what we get. And it's called El Charros. And it's right across the street from Home Depot, if you can imagine. And I just really love the restaurant. The service is top rate, and the steak is much better than what I can buy at the Mercado. Yes, you can get a steak for, medium to high sixes per pound. $6.50 a pound to $6.80 a pound. But I would rather almost pay more and have a steak that was more marbled. Now at Sam's Club, I can get that, but it's under their choice moniker, and that's going to run me about $14 or $15 a pound. So I gotta want it, guys. It's got to be a special occasion or something, because I'm just not going to pay that. And generally, their steaks, they're not putting them out like Costco, where each steak is 16 ounces. It's more like a 10 or 12, and that's just not enough for me to eat. If I'm just having a couple meals a day, it's not enough food. And I want to get back to that. Also, you'll notice my eye, I have ocular rosacea, and for reasons unknown, it flared up. It's always this eye that flares, but this one was even a little bit affected as well. And I had been without that for kind of the whole time I'd been clean eating. And I was getting cocky. I was like, oh my gosh, even the whites of my eyes are whiter than they were. I was getting excited. No, it just shows that my body is still resolving and clearing things. So it is difficult. It is difficult to stay the course when all these things are happening. But I have had luck in the past by being very clean. Now, there's a couple things I'm doing differently. Remember, you guys, I told you in September of 21, I did 33 days of clean eating where I had bacon grease, and I had steak, and I had hamburger patties. I had no alcohol, no dairy of any kind, and I lost 4.8 pounds. Now, my average protein intake was 122 grams a day. My average fat intake was 164 grams a day. And my average caloric intake, because it automatically tracks it, was just over 2,000. So I lost 4.8 pounds, and I think I was about 160 at that time. So I was about 5 or 6 pounds less than I am now, and I still lost the 4.8 down to about 155. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for. But right now, I don't know if I'm being stubborn or if I'm just trying to get away with having a little bit of variety, though I don't need a lot as a human being. I'm okay with being repetitive with my routines with eating especially. Right now, I'm going now, tomorrow I'll be going to 1 tablespoon of cream per cup of coffee, because I'm worried that from the animal is stalling me or somehow messing me up. But my regularity is affected if I drop my fat too much, okay? Even though I'm on the magnesium protocol with the vitamin D, which I highly recommend and I need as a Hashimoto's person with thyroid dysfunction. I need that stuff. I understand that. But also fat is part of the balance of it somehow, which, you hear that commonly from carnivores. They just kept saying, up your fat, up your fat. Well, I gained 15 pounds up in my fat. That is not by itself, in and of itself, the answer, okay? It is part of the answer, for sure. I want to return to that, but first I'm just trying to see what I can get away with. I know, you guys, it's always about that. But so far, I just want to see if I can have 1 tablespoon of cream in each cup of coffee. I have 2 a day now, I don't want to have more. And then I will go to just the plain eggs scrambled with some salt to taste, because I feel very much like I need salt. I crave it a little bit, and so I am putting it on my food just to taste. And then whatever beef thing. Right now I'm on this mesquite kick, which is like beef and pork combined, but it's nice and fatty. It's nice and fatty. I'd say it's an 80-20 just by the amount of grease and rendered fat that is available in the pan after I fry it up. I did a lasagna for Hubs yesterday and it turned out great. He was really happy with it and I was excited. I was like, okay, that's nice. So I'm gonna be doing this for a little while. And I'll be giving these weekly updates because I think it's important for people that are joining me. Even though I don't have a lot of subs, I'm very, very happy and very grateful for all the subs I have. But I think this is an N=1 thing. And I'm doing it and it's not easy. My alcohol consumption is gonna go back a little bit too, in that I'll probably just be having alcohol when we go out to dinner like once a week or something. And just because it's fun and I wanna be part of the group that way for now. But I am looking toward my anniversary as being the cutoff date to see how things are working. And in that I might have to, after my anniversary on the 31st, I might have to decide to go to cut out even eggs or to cut out cream or both. This has got to improve. And I was thinking that after 5 or 6 weeks, I would be starting to see a huge measure of improvement. Now, it's true that my ears are much better, but my psoriasis continues to flare as though there's a culprit. And my gums were bleeding today. And I was like, okay, that's real unusual for me. That was pretty much done from before. And then I have some acid reflux, some GERD things still flying around. It's almost always after I have coffee, which of course caffeine, coffee's kind of a problem too, spicy foods, alcohol. So I don't know exactly what's happening. If I have to give up coffee, I will. If I have to give up cream, I will. If I have to give up eggs, I will. I don't want to go the route of Jordan and Michaela Peterson, not because I don't believe that they've done something valid. They have. I just was resisting that. It's so narrow. But I will do what it takes to heal my body and not have skin problems anymore. And to lose weight, I can see on myself. And I don't look horribly overweight, by the way. I have been doing buttocks exercises quite routinely for about 8 months now. And I have built muscle from that. And I can tell by the way my clothes fit and the way I look in the mirror and everything that I've gained 15 pounds on the scale, but I think it's more like 10 or 11 because that's kind of what it looks like to me and how my clothes are treating me. And I'm not gonna stop that. I like having a large muscle group, stronger. I also very much enjoy having a better silhouette and a better, just shapelier figure, okay? Just for very little time, I've gotten kind of a look that I prefer. To a large degree, my cellulite's gone away, and that'll be a separate video, which is incredible. To be 56 and a half and not be super thin, I'm just kind of height weight proportionate right now in my view, and have hardly any cellulite comparatively to what I had before. That's extremely gratifying for 10 minutes, 12 minutes every other day. Wow. It does get worse before it gets better. If you peeps that are autoimmune, if you guys are listening here, take heart. I think it's gonna be a 90-day thing. You guys know I'm gonna cheat on my anniversary. I'm gonna have White Russians. I'm gonna have a chocolate peanut butter dessert that's low carb, that Hubs makes me, that I really like. Those things are gonna happen. And it's very hard for me to stay the course right now, and it's sad. It's sad, guys. It's depressing to think I might have to go lion diet, okay? Lion diet is pretty much ruminant meat, salt, and water. And I didn't want to go there, but I will do what it takes. So this month I'm doing very limited cream, and I'm doing eggs, and I'm doing ruminant with some pork too, in the hopes of feeling better. And I'll just tell you right now, I mean, you guys, I have like a body itch going on, and Michaela Peterson's talked about that. Autoimmune people, arthritis, Graves' disease, Hashimoto's, psoriasis, eczema, those people are very sensitive to so many things. And some people have come in and said, well, maybe it's because you're having aged meat. Well, down here they don't do that. So it's not histamine, okay? Their ribeye is unaged. It is fresh. It has not been aged or dry or hung or anything. It's right from the cow. So, and I don't prefer that, by the way. It's another thing I don't like about taste. You guys, thank you for hanging in there with me And thank you for listening to my message and supporting me, because right now I'm in a low spot. I'm not gonna lie. I feel disquieted. I feel like my body's betraying me. I feel like my inflammation and my psoriasis and all those things should be much better. But I put myself in this spot for many years, and now the check is due. Okay? So now what I'm gonna have to do is put more money in the bank. All metaphorical, right? I'm going to have to walk the talk. So if you want to see what my progress is and find out what's happening, if anything improves week to week, tune in and subscribe. And thank you so much. Love you guys.